Okay, thank you for honoring your Remembrance Day with us today. We apologize for the technical glitch, which is why we are just pre-recording tonight's poem reading. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge that this virtual event is happening on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded land of the Squamish, Quatsi, Simyamu, Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam First Nations. We hope you enjoyed today's virtual event in celebration and recognition of all those who have fought and continue to fight and protect our freedom and democracy. We want to thank all our members who contributed to our virtual event: artist Gary White with his painting demonstration, Ken Westrop, who contributed with his essay, writers Sanjana Kartik and Cassie Basile with their poems, and Earl Marriott Secondary School for sharing the special Remembrance Day video with us. We are closing our virtual Remembrance Day tonight with a poem by Canadian soldier and poet John McCrae. The poem, titled Last Post, will be read by our member Laura Kuhlmann.
Hello. So I have selected a couple of poems actually by John McCrae. I will start with not the most common one. So in Flanders Fields is definitely going to be on the menu today. But I opted to start with something that was less commonly read, and that is Last Post, also by John McCrae. Last Post. Cream from a gold jug, the last post flows out the trumpet bell. Liquid phrases shimmer, heat waves in summer. Held notes stream memories. Blares shatter reverie, evoke battle symbols. Labored progress on rutted roads. Terror, grit, a putrid stench. Guns report and echo, echo. Tree and enemy vanish in a damp mist and smoke. We advance. Wet wool chafes our raw arms and legs. Twigs scratch faces. Packs gouge rounded backs. Helmets, straps rub, salt sweat under bristled chins. We trudge, we dart, we dodge sod clumps. Feet blister in stiff leather. Ankles twist every step. We dive for cover in foxholes huddle, or smashed on fallow corn, feebly moan for those treble notes from death's brass horn. Silence. One sun slides below horizon. And while I was researching some more poems by John McCrae, I came across a collection of essays commemorating the publication in Flanders. This book contains several known essayists, Canadian writers, even politicians, and one that drew my attention was by by Patrick Lane, who is a writer from British Columbia, and he talks about in his essay, he talks about his father's service in the Second World War, because he actually realizes he was born at the beginning of the Second World War. His mother was born at the beginning of the First World War. So he felt like there was so much, there was almost like a bad omen to their births. And he realized, looking back at all the other wars that he had witnessed, such as Korea, Vietnam, Tibet, Chechnya, Afghanistan, there is the poems that we read about the war often capture the experience of the soldier, but he wanted to talk a little bit about the experience of the family left behind. And I'm just going to read a quick fragment from his memory. His first memory is that of his father getting ready to leave for the front in Europe in the Second World War. His mother had bought his father a bag of oranges, and the children are only allowed to escort him only so much. On the last visit, he carried me to the end of the broad walk below our house, where the trail led down the mountains to the train station in Nelson. It is my earliest memory. The mustiness of his uniform has stayed with me for 73 years. The odor of damp wool today undoes me, the smell casting me back into my father's arms. My two older brothers were running alongside him. The three of us were told we could go with him only to the trailhead. We were not to go down the mountain. At the end of the broad walk, the bag of oranges broke and they rolled down the path in front of us. I watched my brothers run ahead to gather them up. The golden fruits looked like bright jewels in the litter of dust and crushed leaves. I struggled to get down and join my brothers, but instead of letting me go, my father lifted me in his great hands and, laughing, he threw me into the sky. I don't remember coming down. And it's kind of heartbreaking because he never got his father back at the end of the war. What McCree's poem and many other veterans experience ultimately changes them forever. And hopefully we take a moment to also consider the mental health of veterans today and the long-lasting effects of PTSD. And I will not keep you much longer. I will just end today with the famous In Flanders Fields. In Flanders fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. Thank you so much.